How to cut the lace front on a wig for beginners. It can be pretty scary. Another method of cutting the lace on your more cheaper lace front wigs is to pop it on a mannequin head and secure it with a couple of T-pins so that it doesn't slide backwards. Now this is the wig that I will be cutting the lace from. So this wig has come with a serrated edge. A lot of people do a more serrated edge along their wig line. It's a matter of personal preference and what works for you and what method of installation that you're going to use. I use a glueless method of installation, but a lot of people out there may use glue, and you may want to cut in a more serrated manner than what I will be doing today. Another method that people use is to put the wig on their head, and as you can see, this wig still has the lace on it, and then you check here, particularly around the ear, because some of the lace front wigs have more of a sideburn coming all the way down here, or the side of that wig may come down very low and come across the top of your ear or squash your ear down. This wig is situated really well, so I don't have that problem with this wig, but I have had that problem with another one of these lace front wigs, and I need to cut around the ear of that wig. So pop the wig on your head, work out your hairline, which I've done here. Make sure that you've adjusted those ear tabs on either side and measured around your ear, and you can cut the lace of this wig while it's on your head if you prefer. Some people will make a small slit up here and then they will start cutting in sections. Usually people start around that ear, but making sure that they don't cut too much of that sideburn area off if there is hair installed in that part of the lace. There isn't really any hair installed in that part of this lace, so I don't need to do that. I don't cut the lace of my wigs on my head because it's very difficult for me to actually see and to fiddle around and manipulate. Some of you younger girls might really be great at it, but in my age group it's probably not something that I want to do because my vision is lower, and if I put on glasses to try to cut, the glasses are in the way, so it makes it really difficult. So I either cut the lace on my wigs on the mannequin head or in the lap method. Now I'm going to cut the lace on my wig similar to this Raquel Welch editor's pick, but I just want you to see it's a little bit misleading. The hairs come right up onto this lighter part. It looks like the hairline is back there, but Raquel Welch puts a lot of lighter fibres at the front of her wigs, which is really great to hide the hairline and not make a dark pluggy hairline look so obvious. So the fibres do come nearly right down to that edge. So that's how I'll be cutting mine. If it's good enough for Raquel Welch, I think it's going to be good enough for me. Now make sure that you get all the hair fibres away from the wig. You don't want any trapped because you don't want to cut them, because you want to keep as many fibres on your wig as you possibly can. I think it is a good idea to make a cut down. This is a T-parted wig, if you can see there. There's some lace going down there. It goes from ear to ear, which is really great. It's also got some clips in it to help hold it on. I'm not going to cut all the way up to the lace, but I'm going to do this in stages. So I'm going to make a cut down the center, but I'm going to leave a centimetre or a few millimetres in front of that hairline, because you need a little bit of lace there to help sit and make that hairline sit nicely on your own forehead. So don't ever cut too close to the hairline. It's better to cut a little bit further away, put the wig back on, see how it's laying on your own hairline, and then if you need to adjust it, cut a little bit more, because once you've cut this lace you can't glue it back on. I personally prefer to start cutting the lace at the ear tab. And I find, because I'm right-handed, that it's best for me to start cutting on the left-handed ear tab. That way I've got a lot more control over what I do and how I'm cutting, and I can use this hand to pull this lace forward so that I'm getting a clean line and I've got more control over the lace. Whereas if I go from this side, that lace is very loose and I don't have control over it. So again, make sure any of those fibres are pulled away from that lace hairline so that you're not going to accidentally cut any. Another reason why I start at the ear tab is that it's a hidden area. So if I make a mistake, I can adjust pretty quickly. So I've actually cut too close to that hairline just in there. So now I've adjusted as I'm coming up into a more visible area. Be particularly careful around the area where the part is, because usually that's the most visible part of your hairline. So never rush this process, because you've only got one chance to get it right. And there we go. Let's be gone. Here's a close-up of what I've done. Now it's a little bit jaggedy. It just adds to the realism of the wig. There's a little bit that's a little bit too jaggedy there, so I'll probably adjust that a little bit. But I think that's pretty good. But the test is in putting the wig on and seeing how it lays on your forehead and seeing whether you've done a great job or not, whether you need to adjust. Now this wig has come just straight out of the box. It still has the tags on. All I've done is just cut that lace, and now I need to work on this wig and style it up a little bit and get rid of the box hair. And after that, I think I'll be really happy with the job I've done. But here's a close-up on that hairline. Remembering that this is a budget wig, so you're not going to get the same look as a wig that costs you hundreds of dollars. And I may need to remove some of the fibres around the hairline to make it look a little bit more realistic. So here's the finished product. I paid for this wig, and I think that's a really great price. Here she is. I still need to work on this wig a little bit. It's still got some box hair, but quite often with these cheaper wigs, I turn them inside out and I hang them up upside down overnight, and that seems to get a little bit more volume in the top so that you don't have such a flat profile here. Because these wigs don't have any permatease, so these wigs do have a much more of a flat top. Some people like that, some people don't. With wigs, it's all about your own personal preference and what works for you and what you enjoy and what makes you happy. Any other areas that you're not sure of that you'd like me to film, let me know. I'm always happy to create something that's going to help you on your wig journey. And don't forget, if you find the shine on these cheaper wigs too much for you, just put some dry shampoo on or give them a gentle wash, and that will help remove some of the silicone on these fibres. And if things didn't go exactly the way you expected and the scissors slipped or some other untoward, unexpected thing happened, don't worry. Just put on a hairband and you can still get a lot of great use out of the beautiful wig that you have purchased. And this wig I'm wearing is Fortune by Main Attraction. It's a really great budget wig with a pre-cut lace front, and it is one of my favourite bob style wigs. But it did cost about $250, which is a lot more than these budget wigs that I'm cutting the lace on.